instead of trying to parse through why it might be a problem that our hospitals, which understand, particularly with the complete underfunding of public hospitals in this country, the rise of concentration of hospital owners who are constantly trying to squeeze as much profit as they can out of the hospitals by making sure that hospitals are always at capacity, right? That's the idea. You want no slack. You want there just to be enough beds at all time to increase your profits. This is the way our hospitals are run at this point. Instead of me explaining why the idea that all of a sudden a surge of losing 30% capacity of your hospital because of one disease that is preventable, why that's a problem. Let's play this clip. Bradley, this is a guy named Jason Arena. He did this on TikTok. He's from Mooresville, North Carolina, at least at this point. Just not safe for work warning. He swears in here. I can understand why he does. And so just you may want to turn down your speakers. But here is this TikToker, Jason Arena, explaining not directly to Marjorie Taylor Green, but to anybody who would be interested as to like why A, it's a problem that 30% of your waiting room is taken up because of COVID, and B, why it's not just a question of people making their own choice about their vaccinations. This impacts society.
Hey folks, how you doing? I just got a quick question about this whole COVID, not getting vaccinated and running to the fucking hospital once you get the virus fucking deal, because this shit is out of fucking control, all right? And I'm gonna give you a quick story on why I think it's out of fucking control. Last week I had to bring my wife into the hospital. She has stage 4 breast cancer. She was dealing with some symptoms, and I had to bring her in to get some fluid drained. She was having some pain, blah, blah, blah. She was in there for 2 days. On the 3rd day, she honestly should have stayed one more day, maybe 2 more days, okay? But on the 3rd day, instead of draining her fluid and what they wanted to do, they told us that she had to be discharged because they had no room left in the hospital because of COVID. Here's my question. Why 99% of everybody that's in the hospital with COVID right now is unvaccinated, okay? If you really fucking believe that COVID's not real, and you really believe that it's not a big deal, and you really believe that you don't need to get the vaccine, that is your fucking right, okay? I'm not gonna argue with you about that. What I am gonna argue with about is you running to the fucking hospital once you get the virus. If you don't trust the medical field to prevent you from getting it, why do you trust them to cure you from it? Why do you run to the fucking hospital? If you really believe that COVID's not a big deal and it's not this, that, the other, and you don't get the vaccine because of, stick to your fucking guns and keep your motherfucking ass at home. Stop running to the hospital, putting everybody else at fucking risk, and in turn, the collateral damages. People like my wife who actually need medical fucking help for a chronic fucking disease get kicked out of the hospital because your dumb ass is too stupid to go get a fucking vaccine shot. Keep your ass at home. If you really believe COVID's not a big deal, prove it. Stick to your fucking guns, keep your ass at home and fucking deal with it.
Wow. I mean, I personally think it is wrong for us to, wish ill on people who don't get a shot. And obviously, they need to go to the hospital. But you can understand why somebody who is caring for his wife, who's that sick, who gets kicked out of the hospital, would react that way. And there are probably thousands of stories like that. Thousands of stories like that. Of people who are not able to go to the hospital. They're kicked out of it. They're not able to get the care that they need because 30% of the waiting room is filled up with COVID people, as Marjorie Taylor Green would say, or more. And how many people over the course of this time too, will not go in and get just sort of general care for things that could be more problematic than they know, because in these places where the hospitals are overrun. I mean, it has implications for the rest of society. There is no, I mean, if folks can't learn at this point that you cannot function as an island within a society, I don't know what to say. These people just need to be defeated. That's it. They need to be defeated. You put you put a vaccine mandate, and that's it. Bottom line, because there are no islands here. It's going to impact other people. You cannot not get a vaccine as a population and not have it impact other people in this country and other countries for that matter. I mean, it's just
the personal choice talking point is the personal individual freedom talking point is one of the most disingenuous, because as you just laid out so well, this is the exact opposite of a personal private decision, personal private choice. This is a decision that affects everyone around you, including that man's wife, who is denied care and necessary medical attention for stage 4 breast cancer. And so, I would pay a lot of money to show that video to Marjorie Taylor Green to see how that woman would react, because...
And not only does Marjorie Taylor Green have some responsibility, anybody who invites her on her show, I mean, I don't expect those ding-dongs over at OWN to do anything, but anybody who even confronts somebody like that and doesn't bring up the fact that, no, this is not just an individual choice. You're making a choice for other people, particularly in these areas where it's exploding. You're making a choice for other people. You're basically saying you're limiting their opportunity to have access to health care. You're limiting their, aside from just all of the material implications of not being able to come out of COVID properly and live our lives. It's going to kill other people who have, tried to avoid the implications of this pandemic.
Yeah, I made the decision for me and my family that we're going to be disease vectors, and everyone else should just deal with it.
Exactly. Folks, there's more of what you've just saw where that came from. That's if you hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Really, thank you.